I wasn't doing this. And so I just kind of wait for like kind of people to come on. I know that it's people who are ready because they've been like following me, like subscribing all day long, which has been like really awesome to see.
Yes.
So as soon as I see people start popping up, you'll be able to see a little eyeball up top that shows you like how many people are watching. And you good? Everybody good? Look how beautiful! Look at this. I love it. I love it. And then we'll go and I like to have people here before some people get started. So people for the replay. So we have Dresden Avenue, who is Margaret. And my husband will say, how do you know everyone? And that's just because I try to know as many people in my community as possible. Hello, Margaret. How are you? She's got you. She's saying hello to you ladies there. So that's beautiful. So everybody, as you come on, the people in the chat. Now, this is the way that the chat works. You can see the people in the chat, but you yourself cannot comment from where you are. Pull out your phone and you can type on your device. If you see a comment that interests you, you can speak to the comment or I'll highlight the comment. Okay. So we have a couple people who are in already. Hello. We have 5 people in. So as you come in, just say hello, raise your hand or something like that. Fill out your closet, fill out your Instagram. Here, we're all about promoting. I'm here with these beautiful ladies today. I'm super excited. The cool thing is this pushes me out of my comfort zone because I speak very little English. Spanish. I am a professional baker by trade. I worked in food service for many, many years. And my coworkers, I consider everybody I work with my coworkers. No one's higher or lower than me. I don't care what their title is. And every kitchen that I worked in, my friends were from Mexico. So I've had people from everywhere. And I would say, speak Spanish to me. I still wouldn't understand it, but I would do the best that I can. And I would make 3x5 cards and at least know like the stove and things like that, or el horno, and I know all the cakes and all that other kind of stuff and colors and things like that. But this pushes me out of my comfort zone. So if you feel uncomfortable, I want to ensure you that I am comfortable as well. And that's when we're supposed to do things, when we don't feel comfortable. So we're going to go around. I see people in the chat, and we're just going to say hello real quick. Glow Girl Glow is Nikki Tania Avila. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I think this is your first time. Everyone is here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to shout out. It's 9 people here. As people join, say hello. So we're going to go around, and you're going to introduce yourself. I don't care if you introduce yourself in English or Spanish, okay? And then when you can say something about yourself. Maybe how about Cynthia start? And you'll say who you are, where you're located, and maybe how long you've been reselling. Okay. Why Iris go out as soon as I was like, okay, so go ahead, Cynthia. Okay, there she is.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Ammons, and I'm living in North Carolina from Honduras. I born in Honduras. And I have been reselling around 6 months. And the apps are eBay, Mercari. But I have been almost 9 in Amazon, so I started in Amazon first.
Wow.
So, bye.
I take notes because I like to come back and ask questions. So I wrote down Amazon with Cynthia next. So Iris, hello, Iris.
Hello, I'm Iris Hernandez, or Iris. I've been reselling since March 2019, mostly in Poshmark and a little bit on Mercari. I'm looking to start opening a store on Etsy very soon. I'm a stay-at-home mom, mother of 5, and homeschooling my 3 youngest one at the moment.
Nice. So Nora just joined us. We'll get to her. We're just doing introductions, Nora. You look good. When you talk, we'll hear your sound. Irma. And am I saying your name correctly? Am I saying your name right?
Yes.
Irma. Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you, Leslie, for inviting me to share with these beautiful ladies. I'm so happy. A little bit nervous, but I'm so happy. My name is Irma Rodriguez. I'm start selling about 2 years ago on Poshmark. Now I'm reselling Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. I have 2 young kids. I'm from Guatemala, and my husband is from Mexico.
Nice. Very good. Perfection. So as people come on, just introduce yourself. If you have any questions for the ladies, okay? Oh, cool. If you have any questions for the ladies, leave them in the chat. I will try to get to as many as I can. This is very laid back. It's not scripted. So your questions help us get through the chat in like easy flow. I will highlight it so no profanity or anything weird, because my friend New England Betty Boop is my moderator and she'll knock you out. No. Deneen.
Hi, I'm Deneen Telez, and I'm from Long Island, New York. I was born here, but I'm Puerto Rican, which I still have a lot of family in Puerto Rico. And I've been selling online since 2002. I started on eBay, and then once I found Poshmark, I really never looked back. And I love what I do, but I love the community most of all. And thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, it's believe me, it's a pleasure. Nora, so everyone's just introducing themselves, saying who they are, where they're located, and how long you've been selling. That's that's how far we've gotten so far.
Okay, so I'm Nora Lopez. I'm in San Diego, California. I've been selling since 2016.
Yeah.
On Poshmark, just started on eBay. Started on Mercari.
Nice. Nice. So, Iris, someone asked, what is your IG? That is Dresden's Avenue.
Oh, Iris Galleria.
So Iris Galleria. And so what will happen is once we're live now, so people can see us, we're going, do not like pick your nose or anything like that, because they definitely are live. It's not a video. This is not a video that we can edit. So tomorrow, after it buffers, it takes like 24 hours to buffer, usually about 10 o'clock in the morning, my time. So by the time Nora gets up, it'll already be buffered. You can come in and just drop your information in the comments. So like with Irma, she'll put her YouTube and all that, wherever you want people to find you, okay? I used to do it for everyone, but it's too much because then I have to go to your, and find out. So it's better for you to come back in the comments, like Nora and then El Posh Closet or whatever, okay? That's perfect. So it was another question here. So this is Dresden Avenue, one of my new friends. That's the name of her shop, but she's Margaret. Excited for this chat. My husband is 100%. How did she say that?
Salvadoreño.
Thank you. And we speak Spanglish.
I love it.
So is that the language that you speak, Deneen? Are you
Pretty much, yes. Language. Perfect.
You guys are cracking me up here. So let me see. Okay, so yes, so definitely everyone drop your names in there. I'm just making sure I don't miss people. Sometimes in the chat it's hard to get to. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Catherine. And I just don't want to miss anyone, but sometimes we will. So we're going to start talking about, like with Cynthia, you were selling on Amazon. What drew you to Amazon? Because sometimes people do find Amazon to be challenging, right? So what was it about Amazon that appealed to you? That's Cynthia. Yeah.
Money. I want to make.
She said money.
Well, I drove. I quit my job, so I want to do as more fast I can. Make money, and especially how I was making in the job, because I was manager, so I was making a lot of money. So in the income for us for the house, it gets very down fast. So I started to listen a lot of videos in YouTube about reselling. So it's many videos from Amazon. So I say, okay, well, let's try. And yes, it's really challenging. Amazon is really a very challenging. But I start to put my first products, and especially it's challenge because when you start, you have a lot of limitations about what you can sell in Amazon. So I started looking and learning and studying before to put something, a products. But right now, it's easy for me. It's a lot more easy.
Yeah, because in the beginning, they want to make sure that you follow all the rules and everything. So they put a lot of limitations on you. And that is the part that people get hesitant about. That's where they stop. But that's why Amazon does that, because they want to see if you're going to, really work this business and be in it for the long run. So they give you those limitations. But then once you pass all of that, then you can be very successful. I hear good and bad, and I hear really good success stories, and and I'm thinking maybe when I move, it might be something that I do. I don't know, but I was just curious because there are people who give up all the time. My husband, when I met him, he was an Amazon seller, but he only sold books on Amazon, and they were doing really well. We're talking 9 years ago, and now they're starting to come back. But before each year they went down, and sales just kind of get. But if you sell products, right? So do you take like a scanner and go to the store and scan? Yeah.
You have to download the app. So in the app is the option that you can go, to the stores and start scanning, and that it will tell you if you can sell in that product, because sometimes you still have limitations, even that you have been a lot of time in Amazon, but you still have some limitations for the brands. Some brands don't let the other sellers to sell something. At least that you buy directly for them, and they make you as distributor, like they do with Walmart or Target or the other stores. But don't be afraid. I was deactivated for my account also, because somebody coming and say that I was selling a product that was a counterfeit, and you just need one person to say that in your account, and that's it. They deactivate your account.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid. I just make the appeal and they activate it again. So
yeah, and then the other key is you want to make money, but you learn from the pandemic. It's been a lot of people's stores have been closed down. They will not open back up because they gouge, right? I mean, of course, if you have a product that you can find, those are probably the people taking all the toilet paper and stuff, right? And, so just don't, take everything. Just be considerate. Take your part that you're going to sell and move on to another product. That's what I would say. Right. It's plenty of products out there. You go to the toilet paper roll, you use your scanner, and it'll tell you, right? It'll tell you, I'm staying on this because I'm curious, and there's probably other people who are curious about Amazon who've wanted to try it. So when you go in with your scanner and you kind of scan things, and doesn't it have like a number or a letter placement where it'll tell you like how if it's a item that's popular or something like that?
Yeah, the number that you can see is the rank number. Yeah. And usually it's after the description, the title description is a number in there. And usually if it's under 300, that's a really good product. So I always will suggest that, if it's under 300, go for it. And as I love that you say about the, use one product and then take advantage of that, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't stick just with one, because sometimes it's a lot of people to doing that. So probably you found one and it's just two people selling it, but then later on it's coming more and more people. So you have to keep in hustle and check it out what other product. It's different options that you can do. How you can do Amazon, you can do in that, you can do in wholesale. Usually that is retail arbitrage. You can do in wholesale, that you go to, distributors to give you a lot of quantity for what you want to sell, and you can do in your private label. So that's my option right now. I am studying how to do my private labels and just live and running, but let's say just doing the orders.
Nice.
I think it would be more easy.
Okay, so everyone contact Lady Hustle 19, because that's why she's Lady Hustle, because she's doing her thing. If you have any questions, and I'm pretty sure she'll be, she won't have a problem answering your DM. We're a community who want to help each other. Iris.
And especially the deactivated for the account, because some people coming is scared and pay to the lawyers like a $2,000, for they can deactivate the account, and it's really easy to deactivate it. So
all you do, the thing that you do, right? The thing is, anytime something happens to any of your accounts, the first thing you should do is send an appeal to the actual platform. Send an
Exactly.
appeal to Amazon. Send an appeal to Poshmark, because there's many people who have had their Poshmark's closet closed down. Send an appeal to eBay, Mercari, depending on whatever the situation. I find it best to send my email. I can't wait to Poshmark. I can get a person on the phone. That's one of the disadvantages. But eBay, man, they're on it. So don't be afraid to do that. It's 21 people in the chat. Don't forget the thumbs up. Lizette will be telling you that. She already said that a little while ago. Give me a thumbs up. Any questions that you have, put them in the comments. Iris, so you started reselling. Well, first of all, I love Iris, and every time I get her on any chat or anything like that, I tell her that we have so much in common, because we each have, aside from me marrying a man with 5 children, not to take my stepchildren out of the mix, but giving birth to 5 children, 4 girls and a boy. That's what Iris and I have in common. 4 girls and a boy. That's every time I think about that. And I was like, wait a minute, why would she do that? No. and she's homeschooling. Iris is a homeschool mom who does it on purpose. Before the pandemic even hit, she was homeschooling her children. So I say, she's doing the 3 girls now because the 2 olders have, moved on. So talk a little bit about who Iris is. She's frozen. Are you frozen, Iris? Yeah, she's frozen. So let's go on to Deneen. She'll come back, or if she stays frozen, I'll lock her out and she can come back in. Deneen.
Sure, girl.
So Deneen, I've known for a while. I've known Iris and Nora the longest, but I've seen Deneen more than anyone. Like every Posh Party Live Philly, she was there. Posh Party Live New York, Posh Fest, and some others. Look, we have been together on some events. Okay, so you started reselling in 2002. What was she took herself off? What was your first venture? Like, what was your first platform? And then why did you decide to kind of stay in it as long as you have?
Okay, well, my first venture was eBay. That was easy because it was the biggest and it was the easiest at the time. And I actually started with baseball gloves because that's what we had an abundance of. We had all these new baseball gloves that we had gotten from being in the store fixture industry from, one of the companies he was working with that just gave it to us.
Nice.
And they were garnering $75, $50, and I was hooked. So then I started selling everything that wasn't nailed down in-house. So, and when I got to Poshmark in 2012, I was able to sell things and I was able to move some of the customers to personal customers. I took a little break. I came back to it, and it was the community that hooked me. I just love this community. I love helping people. I also had a house cleaning company that I had sold. And so I was doing a lot of philanthropic work, a lot of charity work, food pantries everywhere. And I felt that I could help these ladies in very bad situations, make money. And they could make money selling online.
Nice.
And that fulfilled me so much. It just amped me up in everything, Poshmark. And now I'm trying to venture out more to do other avenues. So I'm all about listening, Cynthia. I'm like, yes, okay. I'm taking notes, because I want to expand even more. I've been able to sell a lot on Instagram, which is another one, Shopify.
Yeah.
And, but it's the community that keeps me going.
Yeah. What are you selling on Shopify?
Well, right now I just have a couple of things up. I'm going to be selling new items. I have dresses, and I think I'm going to stick with that. So that's what I'm going to be selling. And I listened to your one of your last sessions where you were going over all the items that you have. And, I'm watching and I'm looking to see how everyone has everything laid out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, because right now is all of my word to these few weeks is pivoting, right? So I just released a podcast episode yesterday where I give you suggestions on ways that you can pivot right now in your business. One, that don't cost you money and don't take a lot of time. And because Deneen was talking about her website, and that's why I wanted to ask what you were doing on Shopify, because again, that's another avenue where people get so afraid. They don't want to venture out. I've been on Shopify for 8 years. I had a handmade business. And then when I stopped my crochet, that's when I closed the Etsy and the Shopify, because I had Etsy, Shopify, and Facebook. I worked all those. And then when I became a reseller, I did all my reselling stuff, but I also opened up a website. And what a website does is not only can you sell dresses, but you can do so much with that Shopify store. It's amazing because it's yours. You have your domain and you can do so much stuff. I tell people, click on my website and it's one-stop shop. Like where Deneen, if she decides she wants to add a blog, she can add a blog. If she wants to do anything else, she can add a click. Like she can even put her Poshmark link and stuff in there. Like in mine, I have my Poshmark link, I have my Mercari link. I have a couple other things in it. They click it. My podcast, it's one-stop shop. So for the money, if you sell like what, 2 dresses, you've paid for your monthly fee of your website. You know, it's my Shopify is $29.99, and it's like, man, I sell like ebook and 2 ebooks, and I'm paid for. So it's a lot you can do, digital products and things like that. So that is pivoting, and it's diversifying your income, but it's also allowing you to step into some other areas, because we don't want to just define ourselves as being a reseller, and this is a reselling community, but that's why I try to teach from every level. As soon as I learn something and I've learned how to, I find out about something, I've learned how to do it, then I share it, because you never know. Like it's funny. I'll go to Irma next, but it's funny that we're doing like tie-dye. Tie-dye is not a wave. I was just telling this to Lizette, and I tell this to everybody. And whoever, I know Deneen can relate. Once you're if you're in your 50s, our parents were wearing tie-dye. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not new. And so in our community, because it's not that big, it's like, oh my gosh, everybody's tie-dyeing and bleaching. It's not going away because it's always been there. I know hippie people who are 80 years old who have little shops where they're selling tie-dye. They've actually transitioned online where they've been doing it offline. So that's why I tell people, like, for us in our community, it seems like a big deal, but we're not that big. I guarantee you to just hashtag and go to videos and see what people are doing. And that's why I'm trying not to do what other people are doing, because I want to be unique and different, and I want to keep going. So in our little community, sure, it's new, and it's like, let me do it while I can. But I guarantee you can do tie-dye for several years, because it'll never go out of style. So let me go here and says, so Mary says, Mary Sippos 317. Wow, Deneen, Shopify sounds great. Is it easy to post?
Yes, very easy. I can even take an item that I already have, which is posted, and repost it onto my Shopify store.
Yeah. And
now with Liz Perfectly, because that's who I use, they add Shopify, which is like such a blessing. It's going to be great.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about these listing platforms. If you do use them strategically. Right now I don't use any platform because I don't sell anything. I sell none of the same stuff on any of my platforms. So to me, it doesn't make sense right now to pay for. Like Poshmark, I don't sell the same stuff on Mercari that I sell on Poshmark. I have a vintage Etsy and then a handmade Etsy, and then I sell like a few fluttery things on Depop. So it doesn't pay for me to do that. But Shopify, now that they've integrated that, you can take, if you're a wholesale, if you sell wholesale and you've bought a whole bunch of dresses and things, and that stuff is not moving on Poshmark, put it onto your website. The cool thing about your website, there's no fee. The only thing that's just happening on your website is the monthly payment that you're paying out every month. There is no 20% coming out like Poshmark. There is no 10%. So this is what this is all about. So sure.
I want to say one more thing about the Shopify. For me, it really has allowed me for my creative outlet. So I've been able to really make it mean something for me. Where, how do I put this? I wanted to make it a positive place, giving back, and have my own line.
Right.
Like what Cynthia is going to be doing, having my own line for One Charity Lane, and having it all be positive things, butterflies, and crosses, and all just, positive, faith, love, hope. So for me, it really is a labor of love.
I think that's beautiful. And I
Yeah.
want to give everyone, I'm going to be doing a video. I tried to do a video today, but the tree company was here all day doing the whole neighborhood, and then a trash truck came. It was weird. But I'm going to be doing a video on Facebook Shop. So if you don't have a Facebook Shop, that's a great alternative to having a website so that you can figure out if you want to do that. And right now is the time, because until the next few weeks, I just got an email from Facebook. They're not charging any percentages. So like, you know how Poshmark is 20%, Mercari is 20%.
Right.
Facebook is only 5% anyway. 5%. You set up a shop, you take your social security number and all that, and then you can create clickable links for your items. Okay. So, but it can't be digital products, because like for my Resellers Passion, Instagram won't let me do anything because I sell digital products on my website. So they've decided they won't even look at me anymore. So for my tie-dye shop, it's clickable. If you go to Leslie's Tie-Dye Dreams, I have a Facebook shop and it's linked to my Instagram. So I'm about to do a video. I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. But that's a great alternative for people who want to kind of see if they want to do a website, right? You can put your stuff on there unlimited for whatever price you're going to have it at. You can link your Poshmark closet or whatever, or you can just create a shop where they click on your Facebook, everything's for sale. They click on it, they can buy it right there. You get the notification, you get paid, it goes into wherever you want the money to go. Similar thing, but it's only 5%. But right now, they're not charging any fees. So I say this is a great opportunity. So hopefully my video will be up by Saturday. So Irma, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, however you want to tell. Like, what led you to Poshmark in terms of reselling? Did you start selling because you wanted to be home? You wanted to make some extra money? Tell us how you got started with Poshmark.
Okay, so I'm a part-time reseller right now because I work like 8 hours a day. So I'm doing like part-time reseller. I start, like I said, 2 years ago. One day I in need to make some extra money, and I saw a lot of my clothes in my closet, shoes in good condition. So I was talking with my son, and he taught me about Poshmark. So I download the app, but I didn't understand nothing about this app. I saw a lot of people follow me, and I don't understood why. So I delete the app. So 3 months ago, I say I have to do something because I have a lot of items in good conditions, and I try to do making yard sales, even and selling on Facebook marketing, but not results. But I start to do in Poshmark, and that day I took some pictures and I selling my items.
Nice.
Inmediatamente.
Immediately. Yep.
Immediately.
And I was so excited, so happy. So the next day when I came back from my work, I start pictures and selling every day. So then I start find information about eBay and Mercari. I did Mercari after Poshmark, but I think Mercari doesn't like me. I like more eBay and Poshmark. So now I'm reselling eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari.
That's good. And this is funny that you said that. We all have different thoughts on these platforms, right? So we're like, I sold on eBay for years. Like I tell people I don't sell on eBay now, and they're always like, oh, why? No, I think that you have to find a platform that works for you, that you feel comfortable. eBay brought me home. Okay, Leslie made a lot of money and eBay brought me home. So I try to put that out there, that I had a 6-month goal. I sat down with my husband and I said, listen, I want to come home and do what you're doing because I was stressed out on my job. He was an eBay seller, but I didn't want eBay. I wanted Poshmark. But I saw that he was making good money. So I instantly opened two stores at one time. And when I say I went from a 6-month plan, I came home 3 months in 3 months. August 17th will be my 2-year anniversary from being a full-time reseller. Okay, I sent my letter of resignation. I was a lunch lady, a supervising lunch lady, and I sent my letter in a week before I was due to go back and open up my kitchen for the fall semester. So I did eBay. It's just not working for me. So I try to tell people that, but just like Irma was saying, Makari doesn't like her, but Makari's my jam, and I don't like eBay. So everyone has a different thought process. You know, not every animal, not every platform is for you. So you find what works for you and work with it. I'm coming to my friend Nora. That face. Nora and I have been friends for quite a long time. I actually just had a chat with Nora. Her interview for the podcast will be released next week. She was one of those sneaky people with Iris who they were sneaky and didn't tell me about this birthday thing that the community did for me. So I love you ladies. But Nora, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started reselling, like, you know, and where are you selling it right now?
I downloaded the Poshmark app in 2013. But it was too complicated for me.
You sound just like Irma.
Yeah, I'm just gonna repeat what Irma said. Yes, it's too complicated for me, so I just ignored it. In 2016, my daughter, Jocelyn Hay, she downloaded the app. She started selling, and I was like, oh, wait, teach me how to do it.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and I just got addicted. I mean, taking stuff out of my closet. I'm like, what do I sell? And then when I ran out of stuff, I had to, look for more stuff to sell. And then I opened an eBay also, and that's what I've been selling most. I started Makari. Yeah, I like Irma, and Makari doesn't like me either.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Poshmark is where I sell the most.
Yeah, eBay. I mean, Makari is one of those. It's really interesting, and people who have said it before, and I say it often. It's that platform where Poshmark and eBay had a baby, and they spit out Makari. It's that middle ground where Poshmark for me, I mean, eBay for me becomes a lot. So I need something that's not a lot. eBay was starting to stress me, and for me, reselling is money, but I still want it to be fun too. I want to make fun in anything that I do. When you work for somebody, you have to follow their rules and everything like that. You may have fun, but you're going to have those days where you're stressed. Home or working for yourself, even if you're not home, you can decide when you want to work, what you want to deal with, and kind of walk away from it a little bit or something, right? Does anybody agree? So you just have to figure out what works for you. And then if stuff is not selling, do something different. Makari, I had actually sold one thing in 2008. I opened up in 2016. That surprised me. Sold one thing in 2008. 2009, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I sold 30 things. Little does this mind forget, I only sold 9 things last year. And so this year, I didn't even jump back on until the pandemic hit. And I said, you know what? Let me see what I can do with it. But what I found out was, because I had a closet full of stuff that I had taken out of eBay, and I said, let me see if I can throw these things on there. And what I like about Makari, though, is Makari tells you what's trending. That's what I like about Makari. Every day I go into my app, at the top, it says what's trending. And at the time, everybody was home with their kids, right? I had every kind of puzzle around the house. Every puzzle that I listed was selling. It'd say, oh, puzzles are trending. And Thomas, when you go whatever, give me some puzzles. And I list the puzzles. I listed games. I listed video games. All that stuff was selling. Makari literally for 2 months was just on fire for me. So it really just depends. I have a little bit of shoes. Anything over £1, I sell on my own. But nothing that will have me use any big packaging. That's it. Just a limited amount of packaging. Like a shoe, if it's too heavy, nope, it's not going in there. A slipper, a flip flop, Sanooks, that kind of thing, I'm going to sell them. But I'm not going to sell anything heavy, because Makari, their postage is horrible. It really is. Let me look at the chat. We've got all kinds of beautiful stuff. So yes, hit the thumbs up. New England Betty Boop, and someone said this person, as Michelle has asked me, Leslie, do you sell your handmade goods on Shopify? I do not. I only sell my handmade goods on Etsy right now. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a website. It would probably be different, but I'm using my Facebook shop right now. That is what's helping me. Okay, what does that say? It's for Irma. You can read it. I don't know what it says. So, so that's a comment for Irma.
Thank you.
Go ahead. So somebody read it. Iris, what does that say?
Hello?
What does that say that I have on the screen?
So beautiful, Irma. I have learned so much from your videos. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to get to her videos in a minute. Yes. Thank you. That's why you're here. See that, Irma? And I want to tell you that your English is beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
So there's
It is.
that. Okay, I don't know what this says here, but it says, and that's so great that you share the information that you learn, because a lot of people probably says don't like to. I totally understand that. That's why I am unique. I'm Leslie. You know, we're all our own person, and we decide what we want to do, you know? Okay, so that's it. So Vasquez Vintage. Hello, friends. Hello from Seattle. So this is what we have. Yes, I love it. I love it. This is what, yes, Blaxican. I heard that. I heard that. We got, yes, Melissa and Abby over there. Yes, beautiful. Okay. So I wrote some stuff down. Okay, so let's talk about Instagram. Okay. We're all on the gram. That's how we know each other, right?
Right.
After you started selling, how long did you get involved on Instagram, and what was it about the community that kind of like, you know, pulled you in? I'm going to start with Iris with that before she goes back out again.
Oh, I apologize. My internet was perfect until a few minutes ago. So, but I'm here. I just wanted to say quick. Yes, I started reselling because I had a lot of clothing.
Yeah.
And my husband mentioned, "Hey, maybe you should sell some things." I was saying, and I thought about it for some time. And then one day we started taking pictures, and I started posting on Poshmark, and I really like it. I didn't think it was going to become a business, but it is. I started on Instagram probably a few days after I started on Poshmark, but I just was posting occasionally and just following people. I wasn't sure just who to follow, just people that have a lot of followers at the beginning. And then I started finding a lot of encouragement, a lot of tips. And once I saw one of your videos, Leslie, I don't remember which video, but I really liked all the positive of the encouragement that you were giving people. And that's I started just posting encouraging quotes and posting about my reselling journey and making friends.
Yeah.
And I learned so much. I just got so much support, and I mean the community is awesome.
Yeah.
There's it's amazing that I don't know you in person, and you ladies, but we're friends, like you said before.
Yeah,
And we're here to help. Anybody needs help,
That's right.
send me a message. I don't know the answer. I'll probably just send you to with somebody else, but I'll try my best.
Yeah. So Iris said what I usually say too, because I don't know it all. I'm only one person.
Yes.
And like I haven't been selling that long on Poshmark. If I had a Poshmark question, which I don't as often because I don't really sell a whole lot of stuff, but you could go to Deneen. She's been selling since 2012. Okay. Since like back almost in the beta stage. So I do exactly what Iris said. If I don't know the answer, I will direct you. And I tell people also, like I just said to someone today, that tell me where you live, and then I will connect you to someone in your area. I think it's really important. We may not be able to get out right now, but it's also the expectation of when we can get out and meet people, because it's a lonely kind of thing. You know, I have people daily sending me DMs and telling me, one, they're lonely, you know, and then they listen to my podcast or watch my videos or whatever. And I'll say, wait, where do you live at? And I'll say, you don't have to be lonely. Hey, you know, there we go. We can talk, you know. I'll talk to everybody. It don't matter to me. Everybody here knows I'm chatting with you. So, and that's the truth. It's like, because I've been there. That's how I got from there to here, you know. So like, even if you have, like I said, like Denine's been selling longer than me, but it surprises me how like the community has just blown up on my end. But that's just me living my truth, being my authentic self, and going from, you know what, I'm so lonely, I need friends. That's why I started the videos. I'm lonely, I need friends. To I have 18,000 friends. So, one thing that I love about what Iris is doing, she was saying that she started off like really small and doing things like slow. But one thing that she has changed, and I want her to talk about it, is once the pandemic hit, her posts became different. What have you been doing different in the last couple of months on your page?
Well, I've been putting more encouraging posts, like uplifting people. I do post about my packages, of course, about my reselling journey, but sometimes there's a lot of information out there of how to do things, but sometimes we need encouragement.
Yeah.
Like, remember why we started,
Yeah.
why to continue. And that's one of the things that I like. I put Bible verses.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian, and a lot of people sometimes say I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And that's meaningful
But
to me.
I just got, like, I have goosebumps. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think, again, that's living your truth. You know what I'm saying? Not being afraid to share who you are and who he is, you know? So I appreciate you for that. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you do that. Yeah. Because we all need, I don't care what you believe in. You believe in the universe, you believe in whatever. We all need some type of word every single day to bring us peace. Because for some people, where we could be business owners, and we're looking at Instagram as a place that, look, I'm just posting and doing my business thing, to somebody else, they're in a different space, you know. So Iris's post today may have saved somebody's life. And that's the reality of keeping it real on Instagram beyond all that. Here's my pile of packages. If you just show up every day, just show up every day, you know. You never know. You don't know whose life you may have saved. The stories that I hear every day, I'm crying, sitting on my tablet, crying that people send me stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, like I just can't take anymore. But it's just beautiful that it's something that turned them around, you know. So Cynthia, how did you get started on Instagram?
So my Instagram has been very challenged because before I was trying to doing a lot of help, you know, encourage me, and it kind of switched, you know, around. I think I have like a 3 names different until I found this Lady Hustle, and especially 19 because I started 19. And, you know, to really put information that encouraged me, like Iris was saying, you know, that sometimes we need some words for links. You know, I don't know who will need it. Sometimes I just do it because I need it, you know, and that's the beauty for that.
Oh my
because
God.
sometimes you need that words to, you know, listen and you by yourself.
Wow.
And so I started doing that, and since I started doing that, I have been growing a lot, something. And I am really happy because, you know, before I wasn't trying to find my way by myself in the process, like you say, and all that started because of you, because I say, hey, just be yourself in there, you know, just talking, and the stories, just say what you're doing, say that you are tired.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you don't sleep well last night because, you know, I don't know, you was listening all night, you know. So I started doing that, and thanks to that, it has been growing a lot. So Instagram has been a process, a really long process.
Yeah, I think it's like really great. I love I'm gonna talk to Irma because I love how she's doing her videos and she's showing on Instagram every day too. It's really amazing that, you know, a while ago we didn't know each other. Like Irma probably had no idea who I was. And oftentimes when people say to me, like, why do you want me on or whatever, like, you know, I'm looking for you. You know, when I did the Brown Girl Chat last week, the ladies were like, oh, I didn't know it was like that many people who look like me. It's a ton of people who look like you out there. But the reason I found you is because I'm looking for you, you know, because the community needs to know who you are. They need to know that there's more people out there like them. And so I'm going to go on a search every day. And I think I probably found Irma through, I don't know if it was through Rosalind or someone, Rosalind or Carla maybe, that I found her. And then I go into people's pages every single day and just kind of look, and I love to see people on my feed. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she has a YouTube channel. I don't understand a single word. So because even when I go to her post, I have to hit translate for me. So for me, it's not a big deal though, because in a sense, she's speaking to me, but she's speaking to the community that needs to hear what she has to say. So it's not like a big deal. So Irma, why did you decide to do YouTube videos?
Yes, that's a good question, because always when I start to reselling, people or ladies came to me and asked me questions about health, like, Irma, how can I increase my sales, or give me some tips to sell in eBay or Poshmark or Mercari. And one day I'm too shy, and I'm always like nervous, talking front of others. And one day I say, why not make a channel on YouTube? I thinking about this, and my kids say, yes, mom, you can do it if you want. So they give me like support to do, and I'm start to do a YouTube channel, because I know there are a lot of women like me. They don't speak very well English, and they say, I can't speak English, and I want to reselling. I want to make some extra money. But when I saw you are doing, I know I can do it too. And that is because this community, I love this community because we help each other.
Yeah.
And even in Instagram, before reselling, I'm not use Instagram too much. I have like 80 or 100 friends, but that's it.
Yeah.
But now I follow doing the same I'm doing, and I find a lot of tips, and this encourage me every day. And always when I have only one package to show,
Yeah.
because I know there are more people like doing the same. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, you sound so much like me. Like it may not seem to you, Irma, that I'm not so much shy, but I am introverted, you know, like I can stay home forever. Like, you know, I want to be able to go out, like, get me wrong, but I'm one that kind of just to myself. And I was the same way when I did my first video. I was like, I'm just going to do it, you know? And so I appreciate the fact that you did that. And like you said, yes, there is such a community out there that needs to, but they also need to see people who are like them, speaking the same language, that are reselling, that are making money. It may not even be a lot. It may not, just like you said, that one package is encouraging them. You know, to me, one package is a sale, baby. You know, that one package is a sale. And sometimes your one package could be that $100 deal. And somebody got a sky high where they ran a sale and what they make $5 a packet. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it real. Okay. So, but that's what people need to see. Every time I put a packet out, every time I do something about a package, I have a story behind it. Like, I'm not just going, oh, let me show you what a package is. I'm explaining to you how I've pivoted, how I've changed. And so to have, you know, people doing videos, I think is beautiful. It's enough space for everyone to do video. And that's the cool thing about this community. Can you agree, ladies, that we're in the same community, right? But we're all different. right? We all come from a different perspective. You know, what do you think about that, Nora? Nora's kind of shy too, but I keep pulling her. I keep pulling her.
Yes.
I do it because I love her. So
I mean,
what do you think about this beautiful community?
I mean, I think there's enough for everybody, because not everybody sells the same things.
Yeah.
You know, because I see things that people buy, and I want to buy that.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, there's enough for everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It definitely is enough for everyone. So let's talk about you, Nora. I'm going to mess with her for a little bit. Only because we're good friends, and she knows I'm always pushing Nora to just kind of like, you know, step out of her comfort zone. Like she just reminded me.
And I have.
Yeah. She reminded me that she's been with me, like literally just following my journey from the beginning, from like January 2019, where some people I slowly met them, and then I formed my group like in March. But Nora,
I saw you become famous.
Yeah. She saw me. I'm not famous. I'm just Leslie. I'm just Leslie. So Nora keeps talking up. She wants to like brand and do different things. What is it that you want to do differently about your business? The reason I'm messing with her is because even 2 months ago, she was talking about changing that name. And she hasn't changed that name yet. And I keep telling her it doesn't have to be related to what she thinks is related to. You know, there are people that have stories behind their names, which has nothing to do with their business. It just reminds them and keeps them focused on their why or whatever. So what is your goal kind of going forward with your business, Nora?
Well, I'm going to change my name first, but just things keep happening to me, and then I just get stalled. And I want to grow my business. I want to start maybe buying pallets.
Pallets.
Yes, and maybe start on other platforms too. That's my goal right now.
Yeah. And we talked about that. Her episode will be coming out probably next Wednesday on the podcast, where she gets a little bit deeper into, you know, because she was being a little shy because she had a secret.
I had to think about.
So for people who don't know it, my birthday was Monday. July 20th was my birthday, and my friend in this beautiful, beautiful community, Lizette New England Betty Boop, is the front. She is the person who's responsible. She comes to me and she says, "Oh, I'm running a contest, but I'm so shy to be on camera, and I really want you to come on with me, you know, to support me." So I'm like, okay, where's the link and all this? So I go in at the appointed time, a couple minutes early, and I go in, and it's like 17 people already in there. And I'm like, I thought she needed me to be in there. So I get on, everybody starts singing happy birthday. And I'm like, that still wasn't a thing. I still didn't think anything of it, because I'm like, okay, she's going to do her giveaway. But she just said to everybody, sing happy birthday to Leslie. No, we lied to you, they say. It's for you. It's your birthday. So it's 17 to 20 people on the screen. Nora went off before she could talk to me, and because she was driving somewhere.
Yes.
Each person goes around and says like the most beautiful things about me, and I'm like bawling. You know, they send me cards. I mean, I look down the Cash App. There's some money. Money's still been coming in. Gifts have been coming. People want my mailing address. I mean, like seriously, they put a video together. Go to New England Betty Boop, and there's a video. Even Manish is in the video. The Posh Kings are in the video. Like seriously, guys, if you want to see me do an ugly cry, I could even talk at one point. So like, it was such a beautiful experience. I'm so humbled. The fact that anybody look at, okay, it's coming now. So just the community is just beautiful. I can't even get any deeper than that. I really can't. So Deneen, so we're in, you know, this pandemic thing we're in, right? What have you been doing to, you know, lift your spirits, and have you been doing something different in your family? What's changed since we've been kind of quarantined? Because you're in New York, so it was really crazy there for a while.
Yeah, it was crazy here for a while. So I really decided that I wanted to purge my home so I can have a clearer mind. So I started getting rid of things, organizing like crazy. And then I decided, you know, what purpose do I really, what do I want for myself? How do I want to pivot my business more? with Poshmark and what I'm doing on Instagram, so I can incorporate more giving, if that makes sense, giving back to people, which is really the reason why I joined to begin with.
Right.
So I started meditating, and I started to just exercise. I'm losing weight. I'm trying to get better. I'm just trying to be a better, well-rounded, clear-minded individual. And I have family over, so we've been having family over a lot more. But by not traveling, I don't know if anyone who doesn't know, I used to travel a lot to Connecticut, and I love supporting people and seeing people in person.
Yeah.
By not traveling, I've really gotten some quality family time.
Yeah. How many Passion Sips have you attended since you joined Poshmark? Like, seriously. She talks about she travels, like, in addition to what she's doing, even the Passion Sips and the events that she goes to. Like, it's amazing.
It has to be 100, close to 100 or more.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. Between the ones having overall the years, though. Overall the years. Yes, girl. Yes. I mean, we've gone on retreats. We've done the analytics group has retreats, so I met a lot of good friends that way. Nice. But every time I would travel to a place, here's a good tip: you go to travel to a place. You make a Passion Sip. Yeah. So I'd get to meet the people in the area, and then we would go thrifting together. It was great.
Yeah, and that's what I did. Like, before Janine even said that. So my thing was like, and I'm telling you, I like to tell people, like, Iris and, like I said, Nora know me. I met Deneen a little bit later on Instagram, and then we met actually for the first time face to face at Pash Party Live, which was a year ago in June. Okay. Wow. And I know, isn't that something? June was a year for Philly, and then it was New York, and then we went to Posh Fest. So it was kind of like we saw each other a lot in that little bit of span of time. But like, I tell people, I just started January, like I started my Instagram, but I was just like, this is what I have for sale. And then I was still working. When I came home, like August to December, when I came home, I was just working like crazy because the holidays, it was like I was selling and I didn't have time to stop. But this last week in December hit, and I was like, I don't have any friends. Like, I'm all by myself. That's when I made my video in January 2019. I didn't know what a Passion Sip was. I knew no one. When I say I knew no one, I didn't know any of the people here. Like, I'm like doing Poshmark for 2 years, don't know what a Passion Sip was. I was like, oh, there's something. I was telling Thomas, they're on Facebook talking about this Posh Fest, So I had my first Passion Sip in May, did 5 by December, but I probably traveled to so many. And the cool thing about this community is that once this passes, I tell everybody, even if you're not in Poshmark, to attend, because I have a friend here, Amy. She's Happy Cowgirl Thrifter, and she is local. She's in my city. She ran into me at the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, I know you from Instagram, and we became friends. And she came to my last 2 Passion Sips, and she sells on eBay. She doesn't sell on Poshmark. But just that kind of like coming together. And I would say to Thomas, okay, I'm getting bored now. I'm missing people. It's time to go to a Passion Sip. And that's what we do. And we made a commitment to go as far as 2 hours out to a Passion Sip. Even if you went overnight, when we went to the Posh Party Live in New York, that was an overnight trip for us. I got a hotel,
vacation.
Yeah, it was, and that's how we do it. Like, I'm like Deneen. If I go somewhere, like when I go to see my mom, North Carolina, or if I'm in Virginia, whatever, I'm like, hey friends, I'm coming to Virginia. Same thing. Let's just get together. Even for coffee, I'm stopping real quick for a couple hours. I would love to sit with you and just say hello. And that's what it's all about. So the people you see here, you can see on, So Deneen kind of started the last topic that I want to talk about. She talked about like all the things and the growth and everything that she's experienced during the pandemic. And I want to tell her, your skin is beautiful, friend. You look beautiful. You look very relaxed and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what it's supposed to be about. Like, I can't speak for everyone. All I can do is they take one moment at a time. If you're going through it, go through that thing. But as soon as you see the end of it, jump on to the other side and keep on going. Okay. Because we all have life experiences. Go through it, hurt, whatever you got to do, but don't stay there too long. So I want to start with Cynthia. Tell me one thing that you've learned about Cynthia since the pandemic that you didn't know about yourself. And then the second part is what has changed in your life since the pandemic? So one thing that you've learned about yourself and what has changed.
So I met Irma. So I have been very hyper all the time. I like to jumping and everything and see how's I can do it better for myself and try to develop because I love to read a lot. So and I look better ways to have to be better every day.
Mm-hmm.
So in the pandemic, I didn't have time because I think it has been the most successful months in Amazon. So I was really, 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 really busy. So I didn't have time even for read in that time. Because I don't know if you know, but Amazon closed the storage, so a lot of resellers they wasn't selling like needed eating items, like a food or
Right.
medical stuff. You was need to selling for your home. So I have a lot of work in that time, a lot. So I didn't have time just for read, So I was just blessing for have the sales in that time. And yeah, I think I achieved like $50,000 each month for that day, for that time.
Nice.
It was really, really, in the end, in conclusion, no time for me.
Yeah, you guys better get on Amazon and stop playing. Because like my good friend Emily, who's the crazy flipping mom, she's doing really well on Amazon as well, and she puts out a newsletter every Monday, and she talks a lot about Amazon. She's been really busy, so she hasn't had time to talk to the community, but that's a good thing. You want to see growth, and I definitely say, reach out to Cynthia, and then Cynthia, see, I'm always about putting people on the spot. So this is when I start talking about now it's time for you to maybe figure out a way to maybe teach the community about a way that they could, do Amazon, but in a simplistic way. So you're doing it and you're a regular person, because we always think Amazon, oh my gosh, it's like this big person. Well, we all started from the beginning, right? You just happen to have built up over time. So I think that's just me throwing it out there because I put you on the spot real quick and say, okay, you're next. I say, Tag, you're it. Iris, you are already homeschooling your children.
Yes.
So that probably didn't change for you. The first question was though, what have you learned about yourself during this pandemic? And then the second part is what have you changed in your life? Did Cynthia answer that part? Did you answer what changed in your life, Cynthia?
No, I didn't answer that part. What it has been changed? Pretty much I think growing myself, for being unique, like you were saying before. Yeah, because sometimes you think that you should be like a reseller, and it's not like that. You have to be unique, but just yourself.
Yeah.
As I told you, I started a YouTube channel too. That's how I met Irma. And Irma all the time told me, you have to teach Amazon, you have to teach Amazon. And I say, yeah, sometimes you want to, but the time, you have to look the time and, be very organized. I am not a good organized person. So that is something that I need to change, and I am working on it. So when I got to that point, I probably will have the time, for, like you say, to doing the YouTube channels. And I started doing a podcast in Spanish, I call Bellas Empresarias. And it's something that I really want to do because I like makeup, but I don't like to put it all the time because my skin is not good for that. You resent very fast that part. and I feel like a podcast, you can just, through yourself and then start to teaching what you know
Yeah,
very fast.
yeah.
And I am learning for your podcast a lot.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I definitely, what I want to say in terms of the YouTube channel, not necessary for you, but this is for anyone, because I did that challenge about making videos and stuff like that. And I try to tell you, go to my first video and you'll see how it was. It doesn't have to be rehearsed or whatever. What a video could be, especially since you're already doing stuff, get yourself one of those little cheapy tripods like I have that I'm giving away for the giveaway, right? And set it up where as you're packing or something and talk to the camera. You don't have to get a YouTube video doesn't have to be this rehearsed type of thing. People want to see what you're doing and they want to see you're real. That's why I can get away with anything, because I'm not going, okay, let me get myself all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it would take me, never now to grow hair. So I can't do that. I don't have time to put on any makeup because it's just too hot. I'm going through perimenopause. So I'm like, you know what? Now let's just take the video and go. So that's just an idea for you. If it's something that you want to say it right now. Or you can do a vlog, a day in the life. Start it on Monday and just do a little bit and piece it together and release it on Friday. But that's just giving you an idea that, because there's people in the comments who are commenting. I mean, in the chat is commenting. So what you have to say can be really important for the community. And that's what takes people so long to act, because they think it has to be a certain thing. When I said do your video to the people, I really was like, just do one take. That's what I want, though. I just want you to just do a minute saying, my name is Leslie Tucker, I'm married to Thomas, or whatever. And then you're done. Let the 60-second run out, because IGTV has to be a minute or more. It just be yourself. I prefer that, So even when I wonder why people are kind of, in my Instagram, my husband was like, girl, just be quiet. You're just being yourself, So Iris, back to you. What have you learned about yourself during the craziness of it all?
Hello. Well, this was very unexpected of the pandemic, but I have learned that I'm stronger than I thought it was. I'm not saying that I don't have bad days, but choose to make it a good day anyway. And sometimes that could be just taking some time off. Like you mentioned, self-care sometimes. And something that really helped me is encouraging somebody else. That's the other part. And the other thing that I had changed is, I guess, I don't really go sourcing that much. I went a little bit, but the prices are higher. I try even like Ross, and there's not much at the store, so I'm just being more creative. And a lot of the activities of the plans that we have, they're different. Like my husband and I were going to be married for 25 years, and we had this dream of having this big celebration for years, and right now we decided it's going to be something different. But we're excited that anyways, and so it's more about being flexible.
Well, that's going to be a beautiful anniversary for you. Congratulations on that. That's such an accomplishment. It's beautiful, beautiful. Nora, same question to you. What have you learned about yourself, and what has changed in your life? And I'm talking specifically to you, not like your family or anything. What have you learned about yourself?
I've learned that I'm very impatient, especially with my 6-year-old.
She says she's very patient. Yeah.
Impatient. I'm not patient at all.
You're very impatient. Well, the reason why Nora's impatient is because she has 20-year-olds and now she has a soon-to-be 7-year-old. So that's why, like, her daughter is exactly the same age as my granddaughter, and I send that one home. So I can't even imagine now what she's going through.
Yeah, and then I have to be.
After your children have gotten older, though, that's not like
And
So
I have to be her teacher.
Oh, you gotta teach. Yes.
That's really bad. But I also learned that because I'm always catering. I've always been catering to everybody. I've learned that I have to take time for myself first, so I can be better for my family and for everyone else.
I love it. And what has changed in your life?
I'm really a homebody, so not really, not much really. Well, the only thing that I miss is we used to take Zoe to Disneyland um, really often, and now we can't. But
Nice.
not much though.
Okay, you're kind of like me. Not a lot has changed because I'm a homebody too. I'm seriously, and I got my smart TV. As long as I got Netflix, Hulu, Prime,
Hmm.
I'm good to go. Spend some time with my family. It's me. It's making the adjustment of knowing. But my youngest, thankfully, her school turned over to virtual because I was already like hyperventilating with her leaving me. My baby, and so I was like, I don't know how much more I could take. But she just found out that they're going to be virtual, so we'll have her a little bit longer. I'd rather have the attitude than not have her. so it's a couple people before I get to Irma. A couple people have said something in reference. Have you seen these comments, Cynthia? My good friend Sandra says, Cynthia, do a YouTube on selling on Amazon. She said, yeah.
I will consider it. I will consider it. Yeah.
And then, are there any trainings on how to do Amazon? Don't they have like what they call Amazon University or something like that you can do like videos?
Yeah, look. I always will recommend because I never did a course at all because I like to learn it by myself. Before to pay for somebody. And I know it's a lot of good information in YouTube before that you buying a course.
Right.
And as soon that you are in the app, it's two options that you have in Amazon. You can pay for the professional account, or you can pay for. That's what I will recommend first. You can pay just if you sell a product. So when you have an Amazon account, you say university. Well, they will teach you everything that you need to know about hard selling, and they have they call chats where you can go and ask questions, and a lot of resellers are in there for help too. So before that you buy a course, I recommend that you try it out if you are interested, for selling in Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like you. I'm like I'm used to kind of finding things on my own. Not that I wouldn't pay for people's courses and stuff like that, but I'd rather learn on my own and fail because sometimes courses can be expensive, even from a person who is starting to write ebooks and stuff like that. It's just really the consideration in terms of pricing and everything. So, but one thing I would suggest if you don't want to do YouTube, IGTV is the way to go. It's a 10-minute video. You definitely can do a series. Like today, you could say, "Oh, how to start on Amazon." Go like real quick, do a 5-minute video, bam. Then it's a series. You come back in the next day because I did 30 videos on YouTube, but I wasn't finding the audience, so I put my attention on IGTV, and I just like counted. I did 160 videos from 2019 to now on IGTV, and that's where my platform grew because it was like short attention span. You can hold your phone up this way, do a quick little video, and bam, you're done. So that's for anybody. I was just telling my husband that now, and then now because I'm growing on YouTube, I do a little snippet on Instagram and say, okay, now to see the rest of the video, you got to go to YouTube. So at least you have two because Instagram is about to be monetized. So if you ever noticed lately that your stories are not going into the 24-hour thing, they want you to create it as a video. They're doing that because they're trying to encourage people to make videos so that you can eventually get monetized. Okay, so that's go ahead.
So another thing that I want to say is a lot of scammers out there about the Amazon courses. So be careful with that because sometimes these people, they don't even know about the app and don't sell in there. Just take information for others resellers, and put in as they doing the selling. And that's really bad because you never know who you will find in there that try to scam you, and they will try to doing just losing your money. Especially that you want to learn about private labels.
Yeah,
that is something that you have to be careful.
That's good information. So be aware of scammers. Okay, I'll be working on Cynthia for her videos. Irma. So Irma, tell everybody what you've learned about yourself and what has changed in your life since the whole pandemic has started. Turn your volume up.
No?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you are.
Okay. I think don't change a lot because my husband and we still working, and um, second, I'm not hang out a lot.
Yeah.
I love stay home, watching movies, take pictures, share my items. So I don't think change a lot, but I uh, trust more in God and love and enjoy more my family
Nice.
because life can change in seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That gave me a chill. Life can definitely change in a second. So the last thing I'm gonna go around to each person since Irma started the conversation about watching stuff. I want everybody to tell me one show that you're watching. I do this all the time because I'm running out of stuff to watch. So if you don't watch TV, what are you listening to? I'm sorry, I've been a TV holic since I can watch TV. And my office, as you can see how beautiful it is, it's a lounge, it's my comfort place. It's kind of junky now, but my TV's right here, everything that I need in here. I have Alexa over here, I've got my speakers. So tell me, so I'm gonna start, I'm gonna just go back around. So Irma, what are you watching? You like to watch TV, what are you watching?
I love watching Netflix, scary suspension, music de miedo, scary and romantic movies.
No, romantic. I love romantic movies. So what's your favorite romantic movie? You don't have a favorite one?
No.
I happened to turn on Netflix yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, all my movies." I'm like so old school. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're Sleepless in Seattle." That's it. I love that kind of stuff. Don't get me started with like Notting Hill. I'm just, I love like cheesy romantic. No, don't even start me. I was going through the day like, because I'm that person going like, you just watched it 2 months ago. Now keep going. But I'll watch it. I was just like, there it is. Because like Netflix won't have it on forever, so you have to watch it now because the other channel will be talking about pay for it, right? So I already paid for a Netflix subscription. So Deneen, what are you watching?
Everything. But right now I'm in the middle of The Boys. I just finished 365.
Don't
That's
start with The Boys.
365, which is like a very sexy overseas movie.
What channel is that? Where's that streaming from?
That one was Netflix. And Amazon Prime is The Boys, and that's a season.
Don't start me with The Boys, okay? I'm like, seriously? Like, are you kidding me? Are you supposed to be superheroes? Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm not done with the series yet.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna give anything away with The Boys. Yes, that is that show is something else, man. That's something else.
Yes.
Okay, so 365. I'm gonna have to check that out. Cynthia, what are you watching?
So I love watching Netflix. That's my favorite. After that, I read my book, Netflix all day, and reading and Netflix. So I start with Gossip Girls. I don't know if you know.
Yes, I know Gossip Girls. Yeah.
I like it because the fashion part, about how they talk about,
they're pretty mean otherwise, right? Yeah.
And then they release a series about hers, about the crusade, and I really like it, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Nora, what are you watching? Are you watching TV?
Always. I love rom-com. I just watched Good Girls.
Good Girls, yeah.
And right now I'm watching American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's a good one too. So, okay, nice. What about you, Iris?
Well, right now, watch the Dick Van Dyke Show.
That used to be my jam back in the day.
Yeah,
Like, are you watching it before it went color? Is it still in black and white?
did in black and white on
Yes.
Amazon Prime, and I'm waiting for the next season, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
and Cobra Kai. And sometimes I watch Japanese anime with my daughter, with my oldest daughter. So, but right now, mostly the Dick Van Dyke.
I grew up on Dick Van Dyke. It is nothing wrong with that. You know, Mary
Yeah.
Tyler Moore was my girl. Dick,
Yeah.
Van Dyke is Dick Van Dyke, so he's still hanging around. Yeah,
And the Money Heist.
And the Money Heist. Yes,
The Money Heist. You gotta see that.
Good stuff. Let me look at the chat real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody, because this is okay. So the Notebook. Somebody loves the Notebook. I saw Carla come in there. Hey, Carla. Regina.
Carla.
Make sure I didn't forget anything. Posh Lady 777. My girl Sandra in Jersey. Everybody, yes, hit the thumbs up for subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Set reminders. I have a lot of great content. Anything just about is here. Pinterest, Instagram. I have all kinds of some unboxings, but I don't just do normal unboxings and stuff like that. And I'm about to post when we get off. I'm going to post because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm up to 7 something right now. And so this is how I ended, especially if you've watched my Spanish Girl chat. I want everybody to go around and say something in Spanish. If you cannot do a complete sentence in Spanish, just speak English. Sandra was the same way as you, Deneen, when she came on. She was very hesitant, and she was about to tell me, I'm not going to be on here. I'm like, yes, you are. Because I said you're going to be on here. I don't care. I can't speak it. So, there you go. So I'm going to start with Deneen just to get it out, and just what I want you to do is really at the end, I like everyone just to say something encouraging to the community, and that's what I want you to do.
Okay, yo tengo mucho amor para esa comunidad y que una persona necesita una cosa de mí, háblame en Instagram.
Nice.
Okay.
So she'll see you on Instagram. I got a little bit of something. Cynthia.
Bueno, vi a mi amiga Rosalín. Rosalín también me ha ayudado bastante con respecto a conocer a muchas de ustedes. Y Rosalín, Carla y Yasmin, estamos en un grupo y muy bello porque aprendo todos los días con ellas. Pero ellas saben muy bien que si tienen alguna pregunta, estamos a la disposición en el Instagram todo el tiempo. Cualquier pregunta que tengan, a la orden, y gracias por estar aquí compartiendo.
Nice. Iris.
Hola, yo quiero decir que empieza con lo que tengas, no gastes mucho dinero al principio, y si necesitas ayuda, pueden mandar un mensaje. Como dije al principio, si no tengo la respuesta, te refiero con alguien, y sí se puede.
Nora.
Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Si están pensando en empezar este negocio, no se den por vencidos. O sea, es difícil, hay muchas bajas y altas y bajas, pero nosotros estamos aquí para ayudarlos. Y no dejen que los malos comentarios las apachurren.
Irma.
Chicas, luchen por sus sueños, por sus metas, no importa el idioma, no importa, más no creen en ustedes sigan hacia adelante. Y gracias por estar aquí el día de hoy.
She said, thank you for being here. Because I heard you in there. So I know a little bit. So what I want to say, I'm not going to speak, I'm just going to come straight English. I want to thank ladies, seriously, you've humbled me. Anytime anybody comes on, because what you do is you're not getting paid, you're coming on and taking time away from your life to spend time with me. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I see you. If you don't see yourself, I see you. You're all beautiful. I appreciate you so much. The community loves you. And we thank you. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for coming on, taking time and staying with us. We had up to like almost 30 people, and that's amazing. Come back tomorrow if you missed the beginning for the replay. Thank you, friends.